We're all chasing happiness, right? But in this world of endless social media feeds and just sky-high ambitions, it can really feel like we're constantly falling short. So what if I told you there's a simple but really powerful mental model that could completely change how you think about happiness? Let's get into it. So the whole idea is actually surprisingly simple. It boils down to this formula. Happiness equals your reality minus your expectations. It's just a clean way of saying that our happiness isn't just about what we have, it's about what we have compared to what we thought we were going to have. If your reality doesn't quite measure up to what you expected, well, you're going to feel unhappy. It's a powerful and sometimes kind of brutal emotional equation.
And here's where things get super tricky in the modern world. Our brains are basically wired to be comparison machines. But now, with social media, we are just constantly bombarded with these perfectly curated highlight reels of everyone else's life. This endless stream of idealized everything can totally warp our own expectations, pushing them to these crazy, unrealistic heights. And that makes it almost impossible for our own reality to ever measure up.
To really see just how much our expectations color our reality, let's try a quick little thought experiment. It's a really simple scenario. It's just about money, but it perfectly shows the power of our own internal baseline.
Okay, so imagine two totally separate scenarios. In the first one, I promise I'm going to give you 50 euros tomorrow. That's your expectation. Now in the second scenario, a completely different situation, I promise I'll give you just 10 euros. You got it? 50 and 10. Just keep those two numbers in your head.
All right, so tomorrow comes and something a little unexpected happens. I don't give you 50 and I don't give you 10. Instead, in both cases, I hand you 30 euros. The final, actual outcome is identical. You walk away with 30 euros in your pocket either way.
Now here is where it gets absolutely fascinating. The emotional impact. In that first scenario, where you were expecting 50, getting 30 feels like a loss of 20 euros. You kind of feel cheated, right? But in the second scenario, where you only expected 10, that exact same 30 euros feels like a gain of 20 euros. You're probably thrilled. This brings up such a crucial question. You end up with the exact same amount of money, but your feelings about it are polar opposites. Why? How can the same reality produce such wildly different emotional results?
Well, the answer lies in this subtle but really profound distinction between two words we tend to use interchangeably, but that have a massive, massive impact on our happiness: expectations and aspirations.
So first, let's just get really clear on what an expectation is. An expectation is what you assume is kind of owed to you, right? It's what you believe is going to happen with a pretty high degree of certainty. It's your baseline, the outcome you basically take for granted.
An aspiration, on the other hand, is completely different. This isn't your baseline. This is your peak. It's the goal you're aiming for, that ideal outcome you're striving to achieve, but with the full understanding that, it's not a guarantee.
So here it is, the guiding principle. We have to manage these two things very differently. The real secret is to keep your day-to-day expectations low, keep them grounded in reality, while letting your aspirations just soar as high as you can possibly imagine. So you aim for the stars, but you don't expect to get there tomorrow.
Okay, so how do we actually build this into a practical, actionable model? One that allows for both daily contentment and, really ambitious achievement. This is how we put all that theory into practice.
Here it is, a simple three-step framework. First, set incredibly high aspirations. Dream big about what you want to achieve. Second, you have to consciously keep your baseline expectations low and realistic. And third, and this is the engine that makes the whole thing work, you have to directly connect your hard work and your effort to achieving those aspirations.
This right here illustrates that mindset shift perfectly. Your effort isn't just about meeting your daily baseline. No, it's the fuel that you use to strive for that high-reaching goal. You work hard to reach for your dreams, not just to make sure your assumed reality comes true.
This final piece of the puzzle is so critical. Tying your effort to your aspirations is what stops you from falling into that common trap of expecting great results without putting in the work. It completely reframes effort as the bridge between where you are right now and where you ultimately want to be. So, why is this model so effective? Well, because your low expectations act like a safety net, right? They protect your daily well-being from disappointment. Your high aspirations give you a motivating direction, a why for all your hard work. Effort becomes about growth, not entitlement. And the best part? When you do reach for and achieve one of those high aspirations, it will always surpass your low expectations, creating this massive surplus of happiness and fulfillment.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. Take a look at your own life, your career, your relationships. Can you clearly, honestly separate what you expect to happen from what you truly aspire to achieve? Making that distinction could be the single most important step you take towards managing your own happiness.